Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Sunless Sea, and we are at the island of Codex, an isle of answers full of mute people who aren't answering anything. We have compiled our port report, and now we are going to head back to Fallen London. But I'm going to take a bit of a curve route in order to potentially discover some more things. As you can see from our map, we've now discovered everything from Fallen London up north to Hunter's Keep, Venderblight, Wimwither, and now Codex, who we don't actually have on our map, but I know where it is. So we're going to come down this way to hopefully discover something else. You want to avoid going into the fog if you can, because it raises your terror more quickly. And the buoys, you want to, if you can, go to them because they lower your... Well, they don't lower your terror, but you don't gain terror. I thought that rock might be something I haven't seen. Alright, so there might be something here that I'm missing, but we can always come back. Or, let me show you how the bat works. So you slow down, you stop, and then you send out your Z-bat. So Station 3 is some distance to the southeast. So let's see if we can find Station 3. There's a bunch of fog, so we're gonna get some terror. But we've been doing pretty well with terror so far, so... And we've discovered it, Station 3. And we've gained a secret. So I could speak with this gentleman to gain iron if I so desire. So I could utilize my secret. I have 3 secrets, and he will give me iron. So we can just do that. So I gained 1 iron, lost a secret, now I have 26. I can do that 3 times. And so now my iron score has gone up to 36. So that's kind of how you gain levels in this game. You gain fragments from discovering things, which turn into secrets, which you can then trade to different crew members for different levels of statistics. Station 3. We may infer a Station 1 and a Station 2. We may conjecture a Station 4. Machinery hums behind high steel walls. Up the hill, there are visible outlines of warehouses and a building with a spire, but the lamps are low where they burn at all, and your ship is the only one in the harbor. Train your telescope on the shore. Might be best to get a look from a distance. Church or something else. You stand on the high point of your ship and look to shore. There is a steepled building on the horizon, by far the largest thing in sight. No cross marks the top of it, nor any other symbol you can recognize. So we have our port report. Now this, we can search for signs of other visitors. It's a high-risk challenge, and we have a 30% chance of success. It'll utilize our lantern. Oh, what the heck? Let's roll the dice. I succeeded! Ironmonger's tools. Stacked near the stairs is a pile of worn-out tools, tongs whose hinges have given way, a hammer whose head is coming loose from its haft, an anvil whose surface is mazed with deep cracks. So I got 10 fragments. That's all. Oh well, better than nothing, I suppose. Let's try the gate. The metal is steel hard and icy cold to the touch. Attempts with chisels and crowbars fail. Perhaps if you could bring the ship's guns to bear, but no. If you return with a certain delivery, the gate will be open. You'll know if you find it. Okay. So we discovered Station 3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's an auroral megalops. Oh, this one's going to be easy. He's not charging me. Nice. Alright. So with this gentleman, we can either I think eat him for supplies, or butcher him for supplies, or we can dissect him for knowledge. I guess we're running kind of low on supplies, so let's do that. See, that was a waste. It wasn't supplies it was giving you, but hunger, or removing hunger. So if I was up here, that would have made sense, but since I was down here, that was just a waste of time. I should have dissected it. Oh well. We've discovered Wolf's Rift. Oh, there's something over here. Looks like there's habitation here. Flitterstone Isle. Field Haven. The Shepherd Isles. Okay, let's check it out. And then we have to head straight to Fallen London because we are running dangerously low of supplies. See where we are on the map. So we've actually moved east quite a bit. But we're relatively close. We just have to take a southwesterly approach to Fallen London. There's obviously stuff here that I haven't seen. We'll have to explore that later. More fog to the east. Sheep, lichen, standing stones. Of course, the bearded watchman tells you, there are no actual shepherds in the Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of the genter men that found the islands. Greybeards sitting in the village square nod solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tales. Ask us anything. Let's ask for some tales. A long way from home. You heard of the Pillared Sea, where Irem lies? Wise men from Irem came here, 80 years ago. He planted 3 pillars. Wise man, I should say. They were as big as fingers when it were young. Now they're as you see them. In my son's time, they'll be as big as dock cranes. So now we've gained a memory of distant shores. Again, it's just like a curious tale or something, and you can trade this at certain places for certain benefits. Compile a port report. Oh, yes, my yes. There have been goings on. In the bleak light of the false stars, surface roiling like a porridge pot, up with a roar of steam and a flash of fire. 3 widows swimming tentacles. And then we saw His Highness. There is rather a lot of this material. Okay, we can engage the sigil-ridden navigator. He's actually really good. And we can afford him. Let's do it. He increases mirrors and veils. Thank you. The nonsense here was a distraction for a while, but only the Z can help me now. Ah, my God, the air. It's clearer already. Let me chart a course for you. Appoint your new officer. Yes, let's do that. So now we have a sigil-ridden navigator who gives us +6 mirrors and +3 veils. And apparently he has a sigil on his face. I could theoretically invite him to dine with us, but it would take a supply, which I don't have very much of, or I could spend a secret to improve my mirrors. Where is my mirrors? We have 31. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Alright. I'm sorry. It's the pain. No, this is what you wanted, I think. He is eager to instruct you, like a drowning man striking for air, but he struggles to put words to his understanding. Does his sigil give him his insights, or is it old learning he has failed to forget? I don't know. Alright, let's get out of here. Where's the other thing we discovered? They said we discovered something else. Thornwall? Thornwall Croft. Oh well. We'll deal with that later. We're going to go home. Trade our tales and port reports for some fuel and a good night's rest. Okay. Kind of in the right general area. Okay, down to 3 supplies. Here the slate-black sea is like rippled glass, spiked with light from the roof. I love the music in this game. It's evocative and creepy, but also very beautiful. You know what I would like to see? I mean, obviously this isn't going to happen, but if this was like an open source game, like Wesnoth, you could just keep adding islands to it forever. So you could add 50, 100 islands, so that each time you play the game, you have a whole different set of islands. You know, or encounters. You can just keep going. The graphics aren't so amazing that you couldn't have like modders do that kind of thing. And you can make it a real roguelike. I mean, that's the whole point of the real roguelikes, is that you just play and play and play forever, because every time you play, it's different. And while the map is procedurally generated, and each time you play this, it is different in terms of location, the locations themselves are the same. I mean, you always know there's going to be a Hunter's Keep. You always know there's going to be a Codex. So it'd be cool if like it just continued to grow and grow, so there was more and more things to do, so that each time you play it really was different. And we are back home. Home waters. The crew dawdle on the rail, watching for the lights of London. Oops, I just crashed into a buoy. Baba booey, baba booey. I don't know why we're in battle formation. All right. Let's dock. Collect messages from the harbor master. What do we got? We have a free evening, so we have 2 of those now. We have a merchant venturer and a visit to Clathermon. Oh, the tattoo parlor, of course. Okay, we can't get our iron by 2 because we don't have a Tale of Terror, but we do have a Z story, so we can increase our veils by 2. And we have a memory of distant shores, so we can increase our mirrors by 2. It will also cure all of our terror, but we don't have much. We would need a vision of the surface to get our hearts by 2. And a move of the great game to get our pages by 2. Or we could just not get a tattoo and it'll reduce your terror to 0, but only once. So I'm going to do that later. I think you can get multiple tattoos, I'm pretty sure. But right now what I want the most of, I think, is... Was it Veils? Well, Veils is what I'm the best at. Iron is what I need in order to get my original gunnery officer to talk to me. Or to proposition her, I guess you'd say. But we're not going to do that. We'll never have that much. So we can get mirrors by 2 or veils by 2. Let's do veils. We'll just be really great at veils. The gold needle pricks. Lily Clathermont hums. The design is complete. A ship's wheel, but with a curious elaboration to the design, like an optical illusion. We are not the messenger, but the message, Lily intones. You frown. She dimples. She dimples? I thought dimples were a thing, not a verb. Anyway. Oh, all right. That's just something Mr. C says to sound impressive. I don't know what it means, but I like the design. So we now have the Wheel of Mists. We've lost our Z story, but we've gained 2 veils. And we've lost 7 terror, so we're back to 0 terror. Let's see what the merchant wants. I have need of a reliable agent. Failing that, an inventive one. Here are my requirements. An opportunity for profit. He has very specific needs, but he'll pay much better than market rates, and he won't ask how you came by these things. He wants something spicy or something perilous. So I would need 7 muter salt. Okay, or 7 devil bone dice. Well, I don't have either of those. Let's go to my lodgings. Let's read the morning paper. Okay, we got some... The tax on love stories has gone up. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. And the Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. Okay. Nothing we can do here. So let's go out into the city. London. First, let's go to the Admiralty. And we can give them our port reports. So, Hunter's Keep. I trust the sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of her enduring majesty, notionally. We have told the tale. We've gained fuel. We've got a favor. And 5 echoes. That's not a lot, but it's pretty close. So that's why. Vanderblight. What have the nearly dead been up to then? We've gained more fuel. Another favor. And this time 10 echoes. So not bad, but it's not fuel that we need so much as supplies. Well, we need both. Wither. I refuse to ask any questions. I don't want to give them the satisfaction. Remember, that's the place where they answer all questions with questions. So another favor, some fuel, and 20 echoes this time. So Shepherd Isles, because they tell a bunch of tall tales, there's a chance here, 41%, that the Admiralty will be happy with what I have to tell them, or a 60 or 59% chance they won't. Let's give it a try. So I've failed. So I only gain 1 fuel, but he's, candidly, I'm not sure why you saw fit to trouble us with this nonsense. Is there anything else? So I didn't get any money. Now you get money if you've passed the check. Station 3. Excuse me, just let me call a colleague in. Omitted. This is my colleague, Mr. Villain, of the Ministry of Public Decency. Mr. Villain, this good captain's report is here. If you would care to... Yes, the fire is already lit. Let us... There we go. Now only ashes remain, and it might have caused such a lot of trouble. Thank you, Captain. We appreciate your discretion. Here is your payment. You need not trouble yourself further in this affair. So I got fuel, and I got 100 echo. Aw, yeah. And finally, Codex. Exiled for giving answers. That's Wither for you. Anything new? Oh, okay, so Codex is where the people of Wither go when they actually give an answer to a question. So we have another favor, and 20 echo and 1 fuel. So we're up to 11 fuel. And I guess we can speak to the Admiral now, because we have a lot of favors. So we can ask for fuel, which makes it a check to see if I can get 1 point of favor to get 2 to 3 fuel. We can submit vital intelligence, but we don't have any. We could submit port reports, but we've already done that. We could submit a revelatory chart, but we don't have any. Or speak of moves in the great game. What do you desire, Admiral? Information. Yes, we know that. Turn in your shipment of red honey. We don't have red honey. Pretty sure. Nope, we just have fuel and supplies. So as you can see, our journal has grown quite a bit. We have the acquaintance of the sisters on the Isle. We have 17 days. We've been at Z. A new recruit wants to sign on. We have 5 favor with the Admiralty. We have the bandaged poissonnier, which we haven't ordered, but we can when we go back to Vanderblight. We have 2 suspicions. Oh, you rapscallion. This will increase as you conduct criminal activities or have contact with rough sorts. The higher your suspicion, the more fiercely the excise will search your ship. Yes, they can search your ship when you land in. You might get in trouble. I've never had menace before, so it's never been a problem. But now I do, because I am an urchin. Alright. So let's buy some supplies. Well, first of all, let's carouse in the Wolfstock docks. We have an 80% chance of success of something happening, and we lose 10 echo. Let's go. A good night out. Sea shanties, good companionship, and the warmth of a pub fire. I lost 30 echoes, and I lost my free evening. But I have recent news. And a new recruit. Who is this? Presbyterate adventurous. No, we already have plenty of gunnery officers. Alright, so let's go to the shops and let's buy some supplies. I usually go with 15 supplies and 25 fuel. That's a full complement for me. I won't be able to afford that, obviously, now. So we'll go with 10 supplies and 18 fuel. That's pretty good. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen. Well, next episode, we are going to travel to the south and try to explore some more lands. We're going to try to find the canal that leads to the surface, perhaps, and maybe even, well, I won't spoil it. But once again, I'm Marcus Aurelius. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.